Welcome to Trippy Commentaries. My name's RJ. Thank you for joining us here for this episode where we'll be giving you the definitive update to the search for the Jetpack here in Grand Theft Auto 5. I definitely have a couple things I wanted to show you, and here's the first thing. If you look at Mount Chiliad, it kind of looks like a pyramid or a triangle. And then when you have the sun perfectly on top, it starts to look like an all-seeing eye on top of the pyramid. So maybe that is the eye that they're trying to point us towards at the altruist camp, one of the major clues of the Jetpack search. Definitely a theory we have at Trippy Commentaries, especially with that, the HUD on top. It really makes, almost makes it look like a perfect place for the sun to be resting. That's definitely, that could be a good guess as far as what the eye is. Because that's one thing that I really can't figure out. They're saying, see the eye. But I really don't know what the eye is. And honestly, that is probably my biggest guess that I could have, is maybe the eye is the sun. Obviously, they're also saying to praise the sun. There's so many sun pictures around the altruist camp that maybe it all comes together, especially with Mount Chiliad, which is also another site of the Jetpack symbol. First place I want to check out is the Polito Cove here. There's really not much to show off. It's really just a suspicious area. You have that man that's always looking right into this area. The vicinity here, there's a bunch of islands. You can find the submarine not too far from here at all. In fact, in the background on that dock, that's where you'll find the submarine spawn point. So wouldn't be too hard to come explore the waters of this area. Who knows what you find. I still have to do that. I'm sure many people have done it before me. So, I don't know what to say about this area. There's a little small abandoned shack. Definitely suspicious. There is a hidden spaceship part here, so maybe they are trying to point us towards that, but you never know. Let's go ahead and head over to the cave below the altruist camp there. Definitely the center of mystery when it comes to the Jetpack for me. What the hell is it supposed to mean? Does it have any meaning whatsoever? Because they have writing on it. There's an eternal flame inside, and a really interesting skull that we're going to look at, because I think that is a huge clue to the existence of the Jetpack. Now, here's the man that I mentioned, as usual, just staring out into the background. Let's try to line it up here. He's looking right about there. So it's almost to the, a little bit to the right of the islands, or I guess his left. So I don't know, but he's always there. He's always looking. You can scare him off, as we have just now. And then right below us, that is where you can sometimes see the Jetpack symbol. It does have to be during sunset. So right now it's way too early to actually see that. So let's go check out this cave. It's one of two more stops that we have to do when it comes to this Jetpack update. Now it's March in 2014. The game has been out for a long time. At this point, it just seems like, obviously it is not in the game at all, at least at this point. It's interesting that there are some pretty major clues that kind of make us believe that it is in the game itself somewhere, at least in some capacity. Okay, I hear a bobcat around here. These guys will kill you immediately if you let them, but I have put him to sleep. So let's make our way back over to the cave. Definitely, as I mentioned, some strange writing on the walls here. Definitely leading you to, believe that the sun has something to do with this whole Easter egg. It says, praise him, see the eye, as I mentioned earlier, give thanks. What the hell does that mean? You have the eternal flame, and one thing we really have to look at here is this skull. Now, the skull to us looks like it is the skull of a bighorn sheep. So why does that matter? Because it links up with another one of the Jetpack clues here in the game. And that's a very unique skull. You can't find that anywhere else in the game. I've been looking for it. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard anybody else find it. So that's definitely extremely interesting to us. I think it has meaning behind it. It's in a very peculiar spot. I think they're pointing us towards that skull, and then that skull, as we had mentioned, links up to another one of the Jetpack Easter eggs. In fact, this is a major Jetpack Easter egg that we have yet to cover on the channel. So let's go ahead and look at that now. Please make sure to subscribe to Trippy Commentaries. We really appreciate your support. Drop a comment if you guys have anything to bring to the Jetpack Easter egg hunt. If you have anything to bring to the table, we'll show it off on an episode. And we definitely appreciate you guys helping out. And as I mentioned, you better make sure to subscribe, because we will be updating you all the time if we find anything new, or if anybody else finds anything new. So let's go ahead and fly to the final Jetpack Easter egg spot of suspicion, we'll call it. Oh man, look at Mount Chiliad. Massive. As I mentioned, I kind of feel like it almost looks like a pyramid in a lot of different areas of San Andreas. You can always see the silhouette, and I always kind of get that feeling, especially because it's so mysterious and it always looks like a piece of art. And I think they may have made that intentional, especially with all the clues that you can find up there, and eventually you find a UFO. We mentioned that the sun might be the eye. Perhaps the UFO is the eye. It's a possibility as well. So let's come over to this area, one of Trevor's hangars. He has some missions that he can do over here, and we'll find something very interesting when it comes to the jetpack. Now, you guys might have seen this sign before. In fact, you might have seen someone else talk about the link between this sign and UFOs. Basically, it says Jack Sheep Servicing, Tri-Manifold R108. Now, Jack Sheep is a character played by Jack Steele, and the character was in a movie featuring the jetpack. So it is definitely a clue towards the movie The Rocketeer, and that's one of the most infamous jetpack movies. I think that would be pretty sick if they gave us a jetpack like that. But Jack Sheep Servicing, in fact, if you rearrange the letters from Jack Sheep Servicing Tri-Manifold, it'll spell out Jetpack Confirmed. And R108 is the runtime for the movie The Rocketeer. And the final thing we have to talk about is the logo for Jack Sheep Servicing is none other than the bighorn sheep. And it all comes together. So that's pretty much it. That's the update for the jetpack. I don't know if we'll find any more hints. I mean, we've been looking. I know a lot of other people have been looking. That's pretty much, the biggest clue that we found. I don't know if they intentionally made it to spell out Jetpack Confirmed. If you do that, you'll have some letters left over. So very interesting. We certainly appreciate you guys tuning into the episode. As I mentioned, drop a comment if you have anything to say with the Jetpack Easter egg hunt here in Grand Theft Auto 5. We'll catch you in the next episode. Later, guys.